Have a look at that. Oh, it's screaming. That is unbelievable. Oh, nice hit. Well done. Oh, look at that. Not a bad size. Oh, mate. Hi and welcome to Fishing WA. Well, today we're down here at Harvey Dam doing something a little bit different. That's right, it's Marron nighttime show. How to target them, how to catch them, what to do. We've got a great show lined up. Let's have a look. Every year there's one time period I definitely don't miss, and that's Marron season. Marron season starts around early January and runs for approximately 4 weeks. Today I'm at Harvey Dam, which is located approximately 150 kilometres south of Perth. This dam produces some very nice marron, or otherwise known as freshwater crayfish. As the sun starts to set, I'm getting very eager, so time to get organised. Now, the sun is slowly setting, not too far away, but so important back at home, especially this sort of show being marron, how to do it. In my tackle store, I get so many guys say, what's the key to catching more marron? I've heard about your long snare. This one here is a 10-foot, 2-piece snare. Now people say 10 foot sounds crazy, sounds long. No, it's not. A lot of the time these marron will go into deeper water as soon as you approach them. So you want to be able to get obviously the longer snare and get them. If they're deeper, I'll get them with a long snare. If you use a short snare, you won't. However, being 2-piece, if they're in the shallows, I can actually use this one here to get them in the shallows, use this one here, the pointy end, to actually round them up. So if I've got no mate, today I'm actually lucky enough to have my good mate Scotty Campbell, but I can actually use the tip here to help guide the actual marron, put the loop behind its tail, lift it up. That's the key. That's the loop right there. It's a wire loop. I do have a spare wire, which I'll show you in a sec. And the idea is basically, marron's on the actual pellets, which I'll give you a rundown later on. So 2-piece snare, 10 foot, nice and long. Right now, if I do this one here, see, there you go. If they're out there, now you don't want to walk in the water and disturb the marron. So right now, if they're out far, I'm going to get them. If they're in close, as mentioned before, I can get them. So 2-piece snare. Now, I'll show you a few other bits and pieces you need to get marron. Okay, down to the bits and pieces. Hessian sack, absolute must. Put your marron in the Hessian sack, dip them in the water, it'll keep nice and fresh all night until you get home. You can put it in the fridge. So important to make sure you measure your marron. So trophy waters, minimum legal length is 90 mil, general waters 80 mil. So important to measure them. We're also talking about measurement is your bag limits. Bag limit basically for trophy waters is 5 per angler, and also for general waters is 8 per angler. Now per angler means you must have a license. Fisheries license, an absolute must. Now at the end of my snare I've got wire. Why have spare wire, Ryan? Simple. Often when you're actually creating your loop and you're getting the loop ready to go again to get more marron, it can snap, or on a big marron it can snap. So having spare wire, got my marron gauge, I've got my fisheries license, everything ready to go. Sun setting, can't wait. Right, now that sun is really setting now, so ASAP, I've got to get the pellets in the water. Before I do that, I'm going to show you back at home a few other tools of the trade. Very bright LED light, so I can see above the water to see the actual marron in the water. Also a headlamp, so I have a backup as well. Sometimes I use a headlamp. So headlamp, torch, spare batteries, an absolute must. Now, I'll show you the pellets. Now, the business end. Budget laying pellets. This is what marron love eating. You put them in the water, they fluff up, they go very much a white colour. Black marron sitting on top, stands right out. What I normally do is pour this basically into a 20-litre bucket. I've got my little sort of dish pan here to basically scoop out the actual pellets, put them in the water. I'm getting a little bit impatient. Time to get ready. Sun setting, prime time. Thanks, Scott. Now, it's so important when you're putting baits in the water, not too early. Put them out there basically well and truly before sunset. The ducks will eat them, disturb the bait, not good. So, got my scooper full of laying pellets like that. What I was going to do now with my spotlight, walk out just a little bit, don't disturb the water too much. Don't want to muddy it up. Just where that deep drop off is right there. You don't want them in too shallow, you don't want them too deep. Slowly pour them in. What's going to do now, that's going to fluff up. So the next sort of hour or two, fluff up. The marron will sit on top of them. Hopefully get my snare and get them. There's one just there. I'm just going to slowly walk forward. I don't want to walk too far in the water. Put loop behind, come on. Sometimes you wave the light in front of their eyes and they go backwards like that. Gotcha. Got you. Now, what are you? Are you legal or not? Ooh, don't know. What we'll do is turn around. We'll see. Maybe undersized. Sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know. I'll turn off my torchlight. You can see right there, the actual loop has got him right around the tail. That's the idea basically. The loop goes behind the actual tail fin, they walk backwards, they get hooked up there, and like a noose style effect, which I'll show you a little bit later. There you go. Oh, I think that's undersized. Have a quick look. It's deceiving. It's early in the season, so sometimes you've got to sort of get your gauge, pardon the pun. After a while, after the first few trips, you know straight away if it's legal or not in the water. But, oh, yeah, see right there, this one's going back in the water. Not sure if I keep on walking. They've got to get bigger. To find out more information about fishing WA or just want to ask a question, like us on Facebook. Now, it's so important when marroning to have a bit of etiquette. Etiquette being, you can come down early, stake out your ground, but don't take too much area. So, right now I've got my stake in here with obviously a bit of plastic bag, which I will take home. Further down here, another stake, plastic bag. So, this is my area, that's where I'll put my baits. Now, if you get down early enough, you get to have a good area. If you get down too late, don't be so upset that you've got no spot. Early is better. So, this is my stake, this is my baits. Hopefully, I can show you some marron. You cheeky little sod. Stay there, come back, come back, come back. Gotcha! That's a betterer. That's a betterer. Have a look at that back at home. Harvey Dam Marron. Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Got a few small ones early. Getting a little bit impatient. Sun is setting. What I'll do is I'll put them on the mud. It certainly doesn't hurt them. Doing this one here, just gently touch them on top of the head, grab them basically. You can see the Y there, it's got them. Well and truly, put them here, grab them, bring your fingers forward like that. You can see what's happened now, turn off my light. I've got him. He can't grab me with his claws. Look at that, the actual wire's gone right around the tail, and that's what you want, the noose effect. That's how you marron, sorry, snare marron, my apologies, snare marron. I'm getting all excited. This is great. I love my marron season. Normally around sort of January every year, and for normally around about 6 weeks roughly. And there you go. Now, so important to make sure that you actually measure them. What you do is put your hands up here, right underneath the legs, up against the claws. So that way, what you can do then is you can gauge them without getting bitten. So you can see now, he can't bite me. So important. What we're going to do now is basically measure the carapace. Carapace being the head section. So from here, right to the point, that pointy bit is called the nostrum. Or actually nostrum, I think. So, no scientist, but I think it's called the nostrum. So, grab my gauge. Minimum legal size here is 90 in the trophy waters. So, from the back of the carapace to the nostrum, there you go. That now is, you can just see back at home, a little bit dark here, legal size. So, over 90 mil. That one is going to be put in the Hessian sack, dip in the water, keep them fresh. Yummo. So important to keep them fresh, mate. Yeah, if you can, Hessian sack. So it doesn't matter if it's redfin, perch or marron. This is the sort of Coolgardie safe style. Thanks, mate. Hessian sack. No, I just pick them up quite cheap at the stock feed places when I'm getting my layer pellets. Put the marron in. Hope he doesn't bite me. Let go. And there you go. Thank you very much, mate. Look at that, nice and wet. And if we keep on walking, every so often, dip them in the water, this place is starting to go off. Throughout Fishing WA TV series, you've seen us use the extreme gear. Let me show you just some of the products. We've got the extreme PE braid, very well priced, from brim braid all the way through to jewfish, awesome stuff. We've got the extreme hooks, from skippy size all the way to jewfish, snapper, you name it, ultra sharp, ultra strong. We've got the metal slice. Everyone loves metal slice there. From herring all the way up to tailor salmon size, great product. You always need leader, the extreme leader. From low poundage all the way up to the heavy stuff there for offshore deep water fishing. If you're chasing jewfish or snapper, bulch and groper, the octo jig and the metal jig, all different sizes, different colours. This will get you a lot of reef fish. And now to the rods. The Fishing WA extreme range is huge. From squidding to bottom bouncing to trolling to poppering to jigging, you name it, we've got it. Very well priced, ultra light. Check them out at your nearest Extreme Tackle retailers or check them out online, extremetackle.com.au. There's one behind there, Soupy. I'll come down and give you a hand. Are you right? You got him? Yeah, go for it, go. Hit, 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 hit. Well done. I actually thought you may actually miss that one because you're starting to go back into your loop, and sometimes what they do is they shoot through like, I reckon that's probably just undersized. Doesn't hurt to check them because as the night progresses, sometimes a legal Marron is a keeper. We'll just do a real quick check on this one. Yeah, I think this one is just under 90 mil, maybe. Oh, there it is. Just under, my friend. But as it gets darker and darker, I reckon the bigger Marron will come out and playtime. There's one there, Subi. You're right to get that yourself. He's just right in the shallows, right there, mate. Get him, get him. Hit now, hit, 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 hit. Well done. He was right in the shallows, mate. I'm just going to drop my snare and I'll give you a hand. How was that?
Back out of the water.
Absolutely, it's just amazing. What we'll do is we'll move him over to here. Sometimes they're in the deep water, sometimes in the shallow. And how's that? Soupy and I are just walking along and that one is in the shallows, often feeding on a little bit of debris, what it may be. It's a good size there, Soupy. There you go. You're not getting away from me, my friend. Just gently on top of the head. Well and truly pending. See that wire. Can't travel any further normally. Up to the legs, it stops. And you've got your Marron. Get that out the way. Now, back at home, often people say male, female. What's the difference between crayfish? In this case, it's a freshwater crayfish being a Marron. Here you see there's no dubulakis right here, left to right. So that's a female, and also she's got these little sort of swim rat fins. So basically, that's a female Marron. Regardless, male or female, you've got to measure them. And it's a deep pocket there. 90 mil, it's got two sides. You've got an 80 mil and a 90. 90 being trophy waters. There you see right at the point there now. Make sure I get rid of a bit of dirt. Behind the carapace, top of the nostrum. There you go. That's about 2-3 mil over legal size. That one is going to the catch bag. Marron taste delish. On the barbecue, doesn't really matter, fry pan. We all love eating them. What we'll do now is put it in the Hessian bag, dip it back in the water, fish it at its best, and get more. There's one stuck right in that bush right now. Be patient. He's sitting there, he's up against a bit of a log, hard to see back at home, but I'm going to sit behind him and hopefully with a bit of light in his face, we'll hopefully move him back. Come on, gotcha. Get out of that snag, get. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That moon has backed off. Now it's so important with crustaceans, it doesn't matter if it's crabs or crays, they do not like the moon. The moon was out before. That moon now has gone and the bigger Marron coming out to play. How good's this? Even though I reckon it's definitely legal size, got to do the right and check it. That one's definitely legal. Thanks, Scotty. That one there, into the bag, quick dunk, and let's walk, mate, let's do it. Now this year has seen, i.e. 2013, 2014, has seen a massive amount of water here. So all dams are pretty well chock-a-block full, in my opinion they are. so fertile. So basically Harvey Dam, Marron Dam, all the same dams basically being flooded. So there's a lot of obviously trees around, a lot of debris. Makes it a little bit harder to get marron, but makes it more fertile. So good for the fish, good for the marron. Right now there may be one just sized, I'm not too sure, here in this little snag. So I'm going to give it a try. Put that loop in behind. Stay. Walk back. Often you shine the light basically in their face like this here, you move it left to right, and it aggravates them, they go backwards, like that now. Gotcha. There you are, you sucker. Look at snags everywhere. You may see back at home, look at that. Always, dead branches and trees, completely flooded, Harvey Dam. It really does make it so fertile. Makes it a little bit awkward to walk around, I will say that, but there you go. Mango size. Come on, light, come back on again. Just accidentally turned it off. There you go. I just said to Subi to go walk forward whilst I check the measurement. So these are a freshwater crayfish. So yes, they're a marron, but a freshwater crayfish. Wee, gentle, a little bit soft shelled. So may have just molted. Like lobster, they all molt, so a little bit soft shelled, and I reckon you may go just size. Look at that. Oh, that literally is, from point to point, just legal size by literally 2 mil. Freshwater marron. They taste so delish, gentle. And look at that back at home. Quality marron. This one's going to go on the barbecue. Subi's left me. I don't care. I'm getting marron. How good's this? This year we are giving away $2,000 worth of extreme tackle, as well as a Bradley 6-rack smoker valued at $1,200. To enter, all you have to do is like us on Facebook. There's a good one there. You're sitting right on that bait, aren't you? Go back. Go back. Come on. Gotcha. Look at that. Okay, not a stonker, but hopefully legal size. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to form up a loop. It's definitely over legal size, which I'll check in a sec. What you do with this wire, it's a white wire. And what you do is you form a loop. Okay, loop being fairly big. So basically it's like a T-section here. Then create a nice sort of oval shape. And the idea on my snare, and I will say it's not my idea, good mate Kurt Blanksby, he taught me a lot about marroning many years ago, I think back in probably 1995, and he said the best snare rhyme is having a long one with this reticulation sort of riser tube, basically slightly cut, bent down a little bit as well, so you can see at the end of this rod here, angles down, so that's behind the marron, and the actual wire itself goes behind the tail. So basically retic riser, end of a fishing rod. This wire here is from Bunnings, just speaker wire. There you go. Now created basically that loop. The idea behind it, which I'll show you in a sec there, marron tail will go in. I'll just slowly bring it forward. He'll basically reverse back, especially when I put the sort of light in his face. I'll lift it up, bang, you can see that there. Nice and tight. So what I'll do, create that loop again, like that. Put the marron on the floor and I'll show you how to loop a marron. Okay, so the marron sitting here hopefully doesn't kick away and go too fast back to the water. What I do is put the loop behind him like this here, wait for him basically to go into the loop like that there, and then lift up, bang. See that right there? Oh, he got out, but that's obviously just a quick demo. But normally in the wild, is basically a lot of water pressure. You're not going anywhere, my friend. There's a lot of water pressure, so whilst you get off that little snag, whilst you just got off just then, this loop itself tightens right up. So basically the marron's in the water, you saw that just then as a bit of a demo at home. It goes straight into the actual loop itself. The water pressure of him being on the bottom there really creates a real tight loop like that. So tight that it basically locks into here and they can't get off, very rare. So hopefully back at home you got to see how you snare a marron. Yes! Ha ha ha! Oh, hey! Come back, come back, come back. Yep, there he is. Come back. Oh, this is fun. Soupy, where are you? If it's not Harry leaving me, it's you leaving me. He's gone wandering somewhere. There you go. He wanted that stick. Look at that. Harvey Dam's going off right now. It's amazing. Every bait at the moment has got the bigger marron. That's what happens. Small marrons start on the baits first, then they get bigger and bigger as the night progresses. More smell in the water, more marron. This place is starting to go off. Soupy, where are you? Harry, where are you? Why does everyone leave me? I don't know. Well, I'm officially done. Got my bag limit, and how's that? Harvey Dam has turned it on, decent marron. Now, sometimes I come down here and I just get just nothing but stonkers. Tonight, being early in the season, obviously a bit of small, medium and large. Nonetheless, they taste sweet. Best thing about Harvey, it's only about 2 hours drive south of Perth, so not too far. To get tasty critters, why not bring your family down here? You can do redfin, you can go kayaking, just kick back in the camp chair like we did today. So, that's it for me. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Fishing WA.